I guess it's back. Alright, Ethan. Good night. Thanks for hanging out, as always. See you around, friend. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it a bit so we can get back to the yelling.
His declaration was met with a cacophony of yells and screams erupting from out of the inn.
わざわざ大声で討ち入りを知らせちゃうとか、すごく近藤さんらしいよね。
いいんじゃねえの？正々堂々名乗りを上げる。それが討ち入りの定石ってもんだ。
自分をわざわざ不利な状況に追い込むのが新八さんの言う定石？
Heisuke and Nagakura grinned at one another as they sauntered towards the inn.
御用改めである。手向かいすれば容赦なく切り捨てる。
Then the battle began in earnest. The yells of men and the clang of swords filled the air, rolling out through the doors and windows of the inn. I heard feet pound upstairs, the screams of men dying, the wet thud of bodies dropping to the floor. Well, there was someone, but all the men who'd come with the captain ran around the back and couldn't hear Nagakura. Takeda, on the other hand, was stationed outside to arrest anyone trying to flee the building. What should I do? The only person left to go help them was me. But even if I did, what could I do? That was when I heard Kondo. Nagakura called out from somewhere else in the inn. Oh no! I had no desire to enter a slaughterhouse with men killing one another. Even if I did, I had no illusions about my skill with a blade. I was sure to be killed before I'd even drawn it. But I could hardly stand around doing nothing. Perhaps if I couldn't fight, I could rescue the wounded, find them and carry them out of the inn. I made up my mind, steeled myself, and ran inside. Inside, it was pitch black. The smell of blood hit me in the stomach like a fist, filling the air. There were dark lumps on the floor everywhere, the bodies of fallen men. Where were Okita and Heisuke? It sounded like a good idea at the time, but as I looked around the charnel house, I realized there was no way I could carry two men outside. What should I do?
This choice is pretty obvious, but we'll double check.
I decided I had to look for Okita. I knew I'd caused trouble for him during the noon patrols, but he never called me out for it. It seemed only fair that I try to return the favor. Ah! A Ronin came out of nowhere, falling down the stairs and screaming. My kodachi was in hand before I even realized I'd drawn it. Then, Kondo's sword slid through his heart. I just watched a man die.
君が来たのか。他の大使は何をやってるんだ。
He did his best to act calmly, but I could tell my appearance had both surprised and worried him.
すまんが、掃除を見てやってくれるか。2階にいるのは掃除と老子が1人だけだ。掃除に限って負けはせんだろうが、手傷を負うかもしれん。敵も相当の手だれだ。
Yes, sir. I nodded quickly and ran off through the carnage. He's upstairs. I took them two at a time and landed hard on the top floor. It didn't take long to spot him. Oh! Only a few feet from me, Okita was battling a Ronin. I felt my stomach lurch. cold ring of steel against steel tore through the air and their blades flashed, lines of light in the darkness.
どれほどのものかと思っていた。新選組の腕もこの程度か。
The strange Ronin's eyes narrowed, and his mouth curved into a smug smile. I'd seen Okita train with the soldiers, and his skill with a blade had been clear. But this Ronin... The way he dodged, parried, and slowly drove Okita back seemed almost effortless.
さて、そろそろ帰らせてもらおう。いらぬ邪魔立てするのであれば容赦せんぞ。
The blood and violence that was choking the inn had no effect on him, it seemed. He was so peaceful, in fact, that he hardly looked like he belonged in the middle of all that carnage.
悪いけど返せないんだ。僕たちの敵には死んでもらわなくちゃ。
A smile split his face for half a second, and then he launched himself at the Ronin. Their swords slammed together. To my untrained eye, it looked as though the Ronin was a self-taught swordsman. His swords moved in large, crude arcs, whilst Okita responded with skill and finesse. In a contest of skill, Okita would have been the clear winner, but... As their blades sprang apart, it was always Okita who found himself pushed back. The Ronin sword was heavy but fast. It was clear he was Okita's superior in raw power. The summer heat had turned the air thick and humid. I could barely breathe. Sweat poured down my spine and beaded on my face as quickly as I could wipe it off.
That's a weird duplicate line.
I consulted the walkthrough really quickly to see what I should do.
And of course we're going to save. Always save before making important decisions, fam.
Nearby, a bowl sat unattended on the floor. If I could use that to distract the Ronin briefly, it could give Okita the opening he needed. With every ounce of strength I had, I hurled the bowl straight at the Ronin. Almost without thinking, he turned his blade and smashed the bowl to the floor. The moment of distraction gave Okita his opening. He leapt forward. Even caught off guard, the Ronin managed to get his blade up in time, but the blow sent him stumbling back a step or two, an angry look on his face. As Okita lifted his sword towards his opponent, he whispered in a voice so only I could hear it.
いい子だね。後でいっぱい褒めてあげる。
I knew now wasn't the time to bring it up, but I'm glad I'd been able to help.
小尺な。
The strange Ronin's sword whipped through the air, little more than a silvery blur.
All right, Smignack, take care. Good night. Sleep well.
Okita accepted the blow with the sword. However, the opponent's blow from above was too powerful. Okita stumbled ever so slightly, but the man did not miss his opportunity. The Ronin's foot slammed into the center of Okita's chest. The source of his tremendous strength apparently extended to his legs as well as his sword arm. I heard a wet crunch as the kick connected, and Okita tumbled across the floor of the room. When he stopped, I saw him grip his chest and cough. Okita! I leapt across the room. Are you all right? His face was tight with pain. The most he could manage was labored gasps and wet, tearing coughs. Okita was in no condition to fight. As I struggled to move myself under his arm to lift him up, I glared at the strange Ronin.
お前も邪魔立てする気か。 俺の相手をするというのなら受けて立つ。
I watched the tip of his blade drift up to me. With a groan of pain, Okita lifted himself and stumbled between me and the Ronin. No! Okita, you can't! There was a good chance he had broken bones. And if he was coughing up blood, then his internal organs could be damaged as well. He could barely stand, let alone fight. And he was making no attempts at hiding it. But he stood firm.
あんたの相手は僕だよね。この子には手を出さないでくれるかな。
Doo-doo-doo.
The Ronin sneered.
愚かな。その負傷で何を言う。今の貴様なぞ盾の役にも立つまい。
黙れよ、うるさいな。僕は役立たずなんかじゃない。
New flecks of blood appeared as he shouted. Stop that! You're still coughing up blood! The Ronin regarded us with cool, disinterested eyes for a few moments, and in one smooth motion lifted his sword and slid it into his scabbard. What?
会合が終わるとともに俺の務めも終わっている。多少は面白かったぞ新選組。だがあの程度の腕でいい気になるな。
His aloofness was amplified by the satisfaction he drew with his every word. He placed his foot out of the window, cackling to himself as he jumped through gracefully. Did he just run? No, he hadn't run. He was letting us go.
くそ。僕はまだ戦えるのに。
Okita. His voice was weak. Why did you do that? Okita turned his head to look at me. You always said you'd kill me if I got in your way. So why had he protected me? He raised a shaky eyebrow.
そういえば、なんでだろう。
His words were already slurring.
僕にもよくわからないけど、でも次はちゃんと殺さないと。
Okita! His eyes fluttered and his body folded as he collapsed to the floor. I'd been so worried about Okita, I hadn't noticed. The sounds of screaming men and clattering swords had disappeared. Is it over?
Soji, 大丈夫か?
The moment the words were out of my mouth, I heard the sound of labored footsteps on the stairs.
Saving. Softy and a crunchy murder hobo coating. Yeah, that's pretty correct. Soji is a good bean. You just don't really get to see it until you actually get to know him. Which really only happens in his route, because most of the other routes he's pretty much a non-entity not too long after this, because he's, you know, gets ill and has to go off screen to recover for a very long time. Because history is a giant spoiler. Finally, the sun rose from the black sky.
The raid itself had lasted only 2 hours. But for me, at least, it had felt far longer. There had been 20 Imperial nationalists at the Okita Inn. The Shinsengumi had killed 7 Ronin and injured 4 more. I learned later that with the help of the Aizu domain and the Kyoto Judiciary Commissioner, they arrested 23 people. The owner of the Ikeda Inn had also been arrested for trying to help the Choshu rebels escape. The Shinsengumi had won an incredible victory, fighting against superior numbers in enemy territory. But they paid dearly for it. Okita had taken a blow to the chest and lost consciousness. Heisuke had been cut on the forehead, and the bleeding refused to stop. Nagakura had injured his left hand. One of the Shinsengumi soldiers lost his life at the inn's rear entrance, and 2 others were severely injured there as well. It didn't seem likely that they would survive. The Kyoto military and judiciary commissioners also fought the Choshu Ronin. With their successful resolution of the Battle of Ikeda Inn, the Shinsengumi had at last made a name for themselves.
It's also worth noting there was initially some speculation that when he collapsed in the Ikeda Inn, that might have been the first signs of his tuberculosis striking, but they've somewhat recently kind of put the kibosh on that theory and think it may have just been heat stroke or something else.
It looked as though the peace in Kyoto had been protected. Never could I have imagined what the ultimate result of their victory would be. End of July 1864. Weeks passed since the Battle of Ikeda Inn. In the meantime, the Shinsengumi grew stricter during their rounds to arrest the numerous outlaw Ronin that escaped from the Ikeda Inn.
Yeah, now you understand why I said tragedy porn is definitely Soji's route. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We won't cry a ton. I will definitely not shed a ton of tears live on stream. It'll be fine.
Rumors surfaced of extremists who were plotting to exact revenge on the Shinsengumi. Additionally, there were also problems occurring with warriors spanning from other domains, making things tense around the headquarters. Things were finally settling down. As a result of my efforts during the battle, they grew more encouraging of my involvement. The Shinsengumi allowed me to sweep the area in front of the headquarters on my own. One day, I was cleaning the courtyard with a broom when I heard gentle footsteps approaching me.
すみません。こちらが新選組の屯所ですか?
Oh, yes. The voice came from behind me, so I was caught off guard when answering.
君は?
Huh? Hijikata showed up suddenly, as if he telepathically knew I was speaking to someone. Oh, Hijikata, this man is... Before I could finish my sentence, the man ran toward Hijikata.
あ、やっぱりトシさん、八郎です。お久しぶりです。
Stop. My heart. I can't. He's too adorable. Dad powers.
おめえは八郎か。なんだってこんなところにいるんだ。
He is really cute. He's one of the new guys, so he is in fact dateable. We will get to him eventually.
When Hijikata realized who it was, his eyes grew wide.
驚きました。幕命で教師察に来てるんです。
That fucking giggle just destroyed my heart so much. Wow.
それより新選組って本当にトシさんたちのことだったんですね。
Welcome to Hakuoki, where there are many cute guys with nice hair. And also swords.
この目で見るまでは信じられなかったけど。
The giggle was so cute.
おめでとうございます。本当に侍になれたんですね。
おい、冷やかすなよ。まだ扱いは浪人と同じなんだからよ。
でも侍になりたいって夢が叶ったじゃないですか。
冷やかすなって言ってんだろ
う。いいえ、江戸じゃ泣く子も黙る新選組といったらとても有名なんですよ。それに池田屋の話も聞いています。皆さんとてもご活躍だったみたいですね。
ま、ぼちぼちってところだ。
He made Toshi blush.
So cute. We're just gonna enjoy that for a little while I drink some tea.
How very unlike himself. Hijikata seemed to be flustered, and his cheeks were rosy. Judging from their conversation, it appeared that this gentleman had come to visit Hijikata. The rhythm of their rapport seemed to suggest that they had been friends for quite some time. Once I verified their conversation had come to a halt, I mustered the courage to speak to Hijikata. Hijikata, may I ask who this is?
そうか、お前は初めてだったな。
まだ名乗っていませんでしたね。僕、伊庭八郎と言います。幕府直参旗本で大番士奥詰役を務めています。
Oh, I'm Chizuru Yukimura.
改めてよろしくお願いします。
Oh, yes. Nice to meet you too. As soon as Iba and I finished our introductions, Hijikata was inclined to get us indoors.
まあ立ち話もなんだ。中に入ってくれ。
I took tea to the two in the hall. Hijikata told me to remain there, so I decided to listen.
今日に来たのは奥詰めの仕事ってわけか。ずいぶんと出世したみてえだな。
An okuzume? I listened intently but subtly, since I was unfamiliar with the contents of their conversation.
奥詰めってのはな、将軍の身辺を守る奴らのことだ。
Oh, wow! I'm honored to meet such a man.
いえいえ、そんなことありません。父の仕事の縁で たまたまなんです。
But what would bring a man of his stature here, Hijikata? This meant Iba was someone who worked directly with the Shogun. What an honor. It made no sense why he would interact with the Shinsengumi, or why he had business with us.
お前の考えてることはわかるぜ。なんで俺と知り合いかってことだろう。
Harsh, Chizuru. Real harsh.
I did my best to nod without offending him.
こいつはな、旗本であると同時に江戸じゃ4本指に入る道場の一つ、新行東流伊庭道場の跡取り息子だ。その伊庭道場と俺たちがいた道場とはそこそこ交流があってな、その縁だ。
They're dojo bros!
ええ、そうなんです。だからトシさんたちがいる今日に来ることになって、とても楽しみにしていたんです。
勝手に喜んでろ。だが覚えとけよ、今日はそんなに楽しいところじゃねえからな。
はい、肝に銘じておきます。でもそんなに危険なのに女の子でも大使が務まるんですか？
Iba glanced at me when he asked his question before looking to Hijikata. I gasped and cupped my hands over my mouth, and Hijikata's eyes darted towards me sternly. It would seem Iba picked up on the fact I was female, judging by their interaction.
もしかして秘密だったんですか？
I didn't want to confirm any answers, so I stared towards the mat underneath without speaking.
こいつはちょいと訳ありで預かってて、表向きは男ってことになった。新選組でも一部の奴らしか知らないことだ。だからここでも下手なことを口にしないでくれ。
He's like, maybe don't say that out loud next time. Okay, thanks.
わかりました。トシさんがそう言うなら守りますよ。
Yeah, she's dressing like a boy, but she's not like going out of her way to disguise her voice or act like a guy or anything, really. And she's really very girly and cute looking, so... A for effort, Chizuru? Maybe?
Iba drew Hijikata in closer in a jovial manner, and Hijikata blushed at the notion.
Wow. They sure are, good friends. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Hijikata is normally really uptight, so seeing him behave this way was startling. I had a lingering suspicion that Hijikata was actually enjoying himself.
Conveniently, most of the people in the know are dating. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're friends, but he's like, I'll do anything you ask of me, Toshi. And Hijikata's all blushy and flustered around him. I ship it.
All of the commotion must have alerted the captains because they popped up from nowhere.
おいおい、八郎じゃねえか。
聞いたことがある声だと思ったらお前だったのか。
新八さん、原田さん、それに皆さんもお久しぶりです。
Oh my god, he has the sweetest voice! He's so cute!
I don't know if I want to date him so much as just hug him. And, like, have tea or something. Something really stupid and wholesome.
そうか、お前も今日に来たのか。武者修行か？それとも狂犬物か？
なわけねえし、お偉いさんの護衛とか視察なんだろ。
まあ、はい、そういうところです。
あんたが今日に来るとなると、それなりの職務に就いたということか。
Iba nodded plainly in response.
ふーん、君も今日に来たんだ。ま、死なない程度に気をつけなよ。
Soji got a Soji. He's just not being himself if he doesn't mention dying or murder or killing someone in every sentence.
助言ありがとう。覚えておきます。
じゃあ今度飲みに行くか。なんなら今からでもいいんだぜ。
Similarly, it's just not Nagakura if he doesn't talk about going on a pub crawl. In every scene.
Each of the captains had surrounded Iba and exchanged words. Most of all, Iba seemed lost in the amount of fun he had while conversing with everyone. I guess he really knew everyone back in Edo. Hijikata watched their interaction with warmth in his eyes and muttered.
あいつは旗本で伊庭道場の跡取り息子のくせに何が気に入ったのか知らねえが俺たちとつるみやがってな。
He seemed to be especially fond of Hijikata, though. But I couldn't dare say that.
まあちょっとした顔なじみだ。訪ねてきたら中に通してやってくれ。
Yeah, pretty much. Soji priorities are death, dying, murder, and killing, and whatever else. Yeah, and then there's Chizuru who's like, I don't know, you guys seem like more than friends. Just saying.
Understood. Before we knew it, evening had come and Iba told us it was time for him to depart.
それじゃあまたね。
Okay. His face seemed reluctant, if not a little forlorn, and he left the compound. I stared at him as he walked into the distance, until his small figure was removed from my sight. Iba was a mysterious person. Even if he was someone very important in upper class, he acted with integrity and kindness, commanding a lot of respect from the captains of the Shinsengumi.
I guess that makes him mysterious? Huh? I don't understand how your brain works sometimes, Chizuru.
I did not think there was a samurai like him in the shogunate.
Yeah, okay, fair. Actual samurai were kind of douchebags. And generally had free license to be so, because class, system.
August 1864. After the fight at the inn, I was able to leave the compound much more often. I suppose after what I'd done, Hijikata thought I'd earned a little more trust. I didn't feel like I did anything extraordinary, but I wasn't about to look a gift horse in the mouth. I was genuinely happy that the man Hijikata approved of me. On this particular day, I was out on patrol with Harada in the 10th Division. Excuse me, Harada. The Shinsengumi is out patrolling day and night, right?
ああ、そうだぜ。それがどうかしたのか?
But what exactly is it that you do? Most of the men in the Shinsengumi were intimidating, death-dealing titans, but Harada was a rare exception, warm and friendly.
ま、ピンからキリまで大小様々だな。筋切りや追いはぎはもちろん、食い逃げも捕まえるし、喧嘩も止める。
People who don't pay for food?
商家を脅して金を奪おうとする奴らも、俺ら新選組が取り締まってるよ。
It wasn't really the answer I'd expected. I guess the Shinsengumi's job is closer to a magistrate's than I thought. Thinking back, I remember how excited they were during the raid. What they did at the inn was far more intense than their day-to-day work. A little further down the road, a couple of men in Shinsengumi blues were waving at us. Nagakura! I guess our separate rounds brought us to the same spot.
よう、親父さんの情報、なんか手に入ったか?
No, nothing today.
なんかないかすんなって。今日がダメでも明日がある。そうだろ?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There was something contagious about his optimism.
で、新八、そっちはどうだ? 何か異常でもあったか?
いや、なんも。けど、やっぱり町人たちの様子がせわしねえな。
I hadn't noticed it before, but he was right. They were acting strange. Almost nervous.
I know, Shinpachi's always like so fucking happy.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to move.
ああ、戦火に巻き込まれる前に今日から避難し始めてるってとこか。
What? War? There wasn't a war, was there?
そういや、まだ教えていなかったな。長州の奴らが今日に集まってきてんだよ。その関係で、俺らも警戒強化中ってわけだ。
池田屋の件で長州を怒らせちまったからな。あいつらの仲間から犠牲が出ちまったし、黙ってられないんだろうよ。
Were the Choshu going to try something again?
さあな。まだはっきりしたことはわからね
え。どっちにせよ、俺たちは俺たちの仕事をする。長州の連中が今日に来ても追い返すだけさ。
They accepted their situation and never complained. I had a good deal of respect for Harada and Nagakura.
長州と戦か。もしかすると近いうちに上から出動命令が出るかもしれねえな。
So you think the Aizu will give you all orders?
ああ、正式に幕府の一部隊として参加することになるかもな。
そんな機会めったにないからな。せっかくだからお前も出てみるか。
What? I was perplexed by his sudden invitation. Does this mean I could march as a member of the Shinsengumi? It seemed rather inappropriate for me to just participate for curiosity's sake. Still, I very much hope to be helpful in some way. Could I perhaps do something like what I'd done at the Okita Inn? However, there's also the chance that I become a hindrance as opposed to helping them out.
Oh, Chizuru, why do you waffle? We're gonna stay behind because Soji can't go. Blue.
I'll stay behind. Harada seemed to possess a still heart, garnering a voice that was slow but at peace. He didn't respond to my words, but he smiled kindly.
All right, Julie, sleep well. I think after this scene, we're gonna call it done. Because it's plenty late.
Part of me felt safer leaving, just to avoid being in anyone's way. But I also wanted to stay here, appreciating this moment of peace for once. Although, how could I justify participating when I wasn't a true member of the Shinsengumi? I bottled up my feelings of contemplation and I just returned to the headquarters.
Alrighty. I think that's good. We will just make our way pleasantly through Kyoto winds and not be in a hurry to get to Edo Blossoms for once, cause shma. So, next Saturday, we will resume and continue along. And I will see you all then. Saturday streams are usually a little bit later because, of course, immediately prior to that, I am playing in one of two potential games on Anaris's channel. So, come hang out there, watch some cool TTRPGs, and then come over here and date Samurai. It's a good way to spend a Saturday night. Sleep well, my friends. Have a good week. Be safe, have fun, do good things.
Good night.